Owatonna High School boys basketball coach Josh Williams. A Thursday night game for the Huskies, a Friday of no varsity sports, and it was also the Coaches versus Cancer night, able to bring in those Gopher football traveling trophies. That certainly added to the spectacle of it and to the fundraising for it, I'm sure, too, Josh.
It did, and a lot of credit has to go to our kind of our Hoops Club members, the parent reps that really make up our booster club of our high school kids, that really make it all work. I mean, they do a lot of work behind the scenes in terms of organization and promotion and all that. So very appreciative of all they do to make it a go, and of course bring down, like you said, the jug and the pig, and kind of add some more to our event last night and the things that they do during halftime and during the game. So great job. I'm going to say raise around $2,200, maybe a little bit more. So great event for a great cause, Coaches versus Cancer, and all the work that they did.
Rochester Mayo was the opponent, and they certainly shot the lights out at times in that game on Thursday. They end up getting the win. Tell me about the game.
Well, you hit it on the head. In my 17 years of coaching, I can't say I've been a part of a game where a team has missed 3 shots and a half. It's just, they had a good start, and you couldn't just say just a good start, but a phenomenal half, and overall a good game. And I didn't think we played all that poorly. I actually thought we played pretty good, and we're able to take some good things away from that. But, from the field, I think they were 14 out of 17 in the first half, which is 82%. You don't shoot that from the free throw line. And I'm almost to the point of ridiculous that can actually happen. And especially considering I feel we've been playing ourselves very good defensively, and especially the last 6 or 7 games, how we've been playing defensively, for them to come out and shoot the ball like that, finish dang near every shot. It was just, like I said, I've never been a part of it. So, but for our guys, like I said, to our guys' credit, I thought we didn't get down. We kind of kept hanging there, kept battling. A game that, when a team shoots that well, can really get away from you in a hurry, simply because if they're not missing, and you are, a single-digit lead can turn into 15-20 in a hurry. But I really thought our guys came down, kept their composure after getting down 13-3. Really from that point forward, really was a push the rest of the game. Really, the rest of the half, they still didn't miss. Obviously, we did. But we were able to keep it around that 10-point mark, really. Second half, they cooled off some. They still ended up shooting 65% from the game, which is, a pretty impressive mark in itself. And we had our chances to close the gap. We got it down to about 5 points, I think, late in the second half, and had a couple missed layups, a couple bonus situation on free throws, and all of those possessions, really could have cut it to even less, and put ourselves in a position to get a win. And they made a few more plays down the stretch, so they were able to maintain their 8-10 point lead, and we didn't. But again, I thought our guys did a lot of good things, especially in the offensive end, and making plays that really kept us in the game, and at least gave ourselves a chance to win it when a team, probably had the best offensive game that I've ever seen, at least for a half-wise.
So Mayo gets the win on Thursday. On Tuesday, going to Mankato, a nice solid win for you guys over a team that's right up toward the top of the conference.
It was. Real proud of our guys that night. It was probably our best 36 minutes that we played on both ends of the court, really, defensively and offensively. East, playing as good as anybody in the conference, had won, I think, 7 in a row, and that was one of our things coming into the game. We had emphasized that, they should be playing with a lot of confidence, riding, a streak of seven games of a win in a row, and breaking their streak on their home floor was one of our big pushes that game coming in. That let's be that team that can snap their streak, and we were able to do that. They had a kid that's getting some looks by a Division II school, averaging about 30 points a game the last 5-6 games, and held him to 3 as a team, and especially Dexter Lear just did a phenomenal job on him. Jay Sullivan, Lane Frank, a couple of guys that guarded him, but collectively held him to 3 points. So as good a job as anybody's going to do on him. I thought another kid that hurt us had 6 threes the first game against us. Didn't have any this game. So just our defensive assignments and the guys' ability to really carry over what we talked about in practice to finish the game, and not just finish the game, but finish the game in a way that we needed to execute defensively. And offensively made some plays. We didn't turn the ball over much. We made some shots. So just a solid win on the road.
How about the Farmington game, an overtime game that the Tigers got last Saturday?
Again, I thought a pretty darn good effort defensively and offensively. Had a 10-point lead at half. They had a kid, Sonoma Mankato East, a 6'5" guard that when we scouted him had 44 points against Eastview, had 38 points in another game. We were able to hold him in check at least about 13, which was pretty darn good. One of their best player who was out with a knee injury in the season was about his 4th or 5th game back, and he still had about 19. But a good player. Farmington has won now about 3 or 4 in a row and playing better now that they got their full squad back. Tough one to swallow because I thought we played well enough to deserve the win. Had a couple chances to win the game. Last second shot in regulation, last second shot in the first overtime didn't go, and they got in the second overtime. And defensively, again, like I said, I thought pretty good. Offensively, it was one of our better games in a while. And when you look at overall points scored, and so I guess in general, it's good to see us starting to score more again, which had kind of, for whatever reason, eluded us for about an 8 or 9 game stretch. But that was a tough one. They were a section opponent and can really play out as to where we finish come playoff time. But nothing we can do about now, and hopefully can take care of some other games as we get down, make the final stretch this last month and a half.
And a word about a West game. You go to West on Tuesday night?
Playing much better than they did the first time. Their first game of the season was against us. Mm-hmm. That was following up their state football championship run. I talked to Coach Boone prior to the game that I could understand kind of the situation he's in. Obviously, we were in that position a year ago with guys coming back that, were back and being there for their team, but really weren't there in the right mindset, the right physical mindset, as they were still beat up pretty good from the football season, and mentally just drained from the run that they had made. And they didn't play overly well against us. I didn't think they've played extremely well as of late. I want to say probably won 8 or 9 of the last 10 games. And are a much different team. So we're going to have to be obviously a lot better ourselves than we were the first time around, and hopefully continue our offensive improvements that we've made, and defensively got to be a little bit better than we were last game.
Josh, thank you very much for the time.
You bet.
All right, Owatonna boys basketball coach Josh Williams on the Coach's Show.